I am like super excited to make this video because I have wanted to do a video on this for a very long time. But yeah, it's a very, very good excuse to be able to talk about my favorite series of all time. You already know, guys. A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. You already know I'm on that Darker Shade of Magic shit. Like, as most of the internet knows, V.E. Schwab is going to be continuing the story of the Londons and our boys in a brand new trilogy called the Threads of Power series that is going to take place 5 to 10 years after the Shades of Magic trilogy. I am so excited. Literally, I feel like I'm the last person on earth to get this information. However, I literally found out about it and I was in tears. I genuinely was like, oh my god, I'm actually gonna be able to see my kids again. Oh my god. So naturally, I've just been kind of hella scheming over what I think is going to be in the new trilogy, because there's a lot of things I want to see from V.E. Schwab, and I'm just so excited to be back in that world again and just to get that feeling that I got when I was reading this for the first time. Wrong place. Okay, here we go. The tweet that announced that this was happening is, and I quote, Threads is set 5 to 10 years after Conjuring of Light. There is a favor, an unkillable king, and a girl who can pull on the threads of magic. So that is what we know about the series. We also know that everyone who was in A Conjuring of Light and survived is going to play a role in the series, but there's going to be new main characters. I just have a lot of predictions, and I really want to get them on the internet, so when this book comes out, I can be like, fucking told you so. I am a genius. Thanks. Some of these aren't probably what's going to happen, but they're things I want to see happen personally, and I'll be very happy if V. Schwab gives me this, because I would die for this series. I have 5 brain cells. Every day I spend roughly 4 of my brain cells thinking about Holland vosijk. I don't know how to pronounce my favorite character's last name. Okay, guys, time for the predictions. I'm gonna go with my White London predictions first because I am so excited to see what's going on there now. Oh wait, sorry, I totally forgot to say, if you have not read the Shades of Magic trilogy, please don't watch this video. I am literally about to spoil the entire trilogy 30 seconds from now. So if you have not finished all 3 books, don't watch this video. I don't want to ruin it for you guys. But yeah, if you have read the series and you are equally as hype as I am for the Threads of Power series, continue on. Okay, White London predictions times. Let's go, ladies. Maybe this is me just being a Holland stan. As you guys know, Holland is my favorite character of all time. I would die for him. I would kill for him. All I want is his happiness. My biggest White London prediction is that Hall isn't dead. Okay, a little far-fetched, folks. A lot of people are we literally saw him die in the book, but the reasons why I think Holland isn't dead is because the entire trilogy, they were always talking about the myth of the Someday King, and it was very obviously Holland character foreshadowing, and how this king was going to breathe magic back into their world, and he was going to take the throne, and once he does, the world was going to prosper. So Holland hasn't done that yet. He has not completed the prophecy of the Someday King yet. A lot of people say he has, because in A Gathering of Shadows, Holland had his brief stint as the king of Mocked and everything. But here's the thing. The reason why that is not the Someday King prophecy is because that wasn't real healing. That was literally just Asarin being here's some of my power, you guys, because I made a deal with Holland. But, it wasn't real healing. It wasn't real, White London is actually getting on its feet again and is actually being self-sustaining in its magic and power. So I really don't count his rise to the throne in Gathering of Shadows as Holland sort of fulfilling the someday king prophecy that has been like told and told again throughout the series. And honestly, like, he still needs to like MF like live up to his foreshadowing. Like, he is not done here. V. Schwab, he is not done. I need to see my son again. Another reason why I think that he is going to come back and actually be the someday king and actually be on the throne, and this time have it be real recovery and real healing for White London, is because his death scene was actually really vague once you think about it. Like, okay, I'll read you the last little bit. His heart slowed, winding down like a music box, a season at its end. The last air left Holland's lungs, and then, at last, the world breathed in. I'm trying to grieve my son. I'm trying to grieve my only son, and this is what I get? A lot of people are like, he definitely died. But here's the thing. All it said was the last air left Holland's lungs. Like, the last of his air left his lungs. You know, bitch could have just passed out for a second. We've been there. And yeah, like, nothing, and his heart slowed. Like, it didn't stop, it slowed. You can get your heart rate back up, Holland. You're fine. and then at last the world breathed in. I think that this is all of Holland's magic leaving his body. So that is why, you know, his heart slows, he breathes out like his last air, like, yeah, like his magic is, you know, she's outie right now. But I don't think he is dead. It was vague, and V.E. Schwab is literally known to write scenes that seem like characters are dead, only to bring them back like the next chapter or the next book. Like, we saw this in Darker Shade of Magic when we all thought Holland was dead as fuck because Kel, like, fucked his shit up. And then, like, here he is, fine as fuck in A Gathering of Shadows. We also see this in Vicious and Vengeful a lot. Like, characters will just fucking get shot or just literally be dead, and then, you know, it'll just be like, oh wait, no, they're back now. I feel like this is a thing that V. Schwab pulls a lot, and it will not surprise me if she pulls it with Holland. Another reason why I really want Holland to be alive, despite, you know, being a Holland stan being the first reason, but basically, I'm gonna make a whole video about Holland at some point, so I will also address this there, but I just feel like if V.E. Schwab really leaves Holland's character arc at just, he was miserable his entire life, he never found happiness in being alive, and then the only way to end his pain and suffering was for him to kill himself. I feel like if V. Schwab is going to end his story by literally giving us the message that if you're experiencing constant pain and suffering, just die because you're not going to find any happiness in your life, that would be fucked. Like, that would actually be fucked, and I would kind of be angry. However, it would be so much more impactful if Holland actually ended up not dying and being alive and finding a reason to live again, wanting Mocked to prosper and wanting to be their leader and see that they actually recover as not only as magic users but as a society. Like, I want to see Holland find a reason to live and for once in his life actually realize that his suffering shouldn't end in death. His suffering should end in deciding to be alive. That would just be such a powerful message for everyone who has projected onto Holland and everything, and, you know, who's dealt with feeling helpless and all of that. I feel like everyone who loves Holland, like, definitely does that MF self-projection a little bit, you know? And I just think it would just be such a positive message if we actually got to see Holland find reasons to live. And yeah, so that's my Holland tea, yeah. Anyways, so my next big White London prediction is that Nasi, who got a couple of POV chapters in Conjuring of Light, is going to be one of the main characters in Threads of Power. This is like my biggest prediction. Like, I feel like out of everything I'm gonna predict in this video, this is the one that I really think is gonna happen. So Nasi is like 9, you know, when the Shades of Magic series shit goes down, and she's seen a couple times, and we get her perspective on a couple things, and she's pretty lit. We love Nasi in this house. But I think how this shit is going to go down is, so if my other prediction is right, and Holland isn't dead, and he just, you know, the last of his magic just like left him in that, and sort of breathed it back into White London. I feel like because there's no White London on Tari now, I feel like Nasi is going to be the next White London on Tari. And I just want this so bad, okay? Because, like, it would make sense, though. Because in Holland's flashbacks, Holland didn't get his black eye until he was, like, 8. And, like, Nasi's 9 in Conjuring of Light. So theoretically, it totally could happen. Like, she could have just not shown signs of being an Antari yet. And so I think it would just be such a good healing character time if Nasi, like, finds Holland in the Silverwood and, like, you know, like, brings it back to the palace, you know, because she knows, like, that's the MF King, like, yeah, that's the someday king, you know, like, gets him help and everything. And basically then Nasi starts kind of developing her powers and everything. Like, maybe she gets her black eye, and she's like, we see that internal character conflict of being like, oh shit, I'm on Tari and I'm in White London, a bitch about to get, like, human sacrificed, like, you know, and her just being so fucking terrified, and Holland, who's, like, still kind of recovering, but kind of, like, you know, getting back on his feet, is like, oh shit, Nasi, I will, like, help you, like, learn, like, how to deal with your magic and everything, because honestly, girl, me too, like, sometimes you have to kill your brother because you're a fucking Antari. It'd be like that. Like, and I just feel like Holland would, like, you know, like, help her, like, just sort of understand, like, her power and everything, and, like, help protect her and everything. And, you know, like, then, you know, like, Holland would become king and everything, and he would just basically, like, just be ruling shit, like, you know, getting shit done, like, basically getting everything he wanted to get done when he was with Fortalis actually completed, like, actually, you know, helping his society become less shitty and better, and also, like, the world around him is just, like flourishing, and there's, like, actual plants now and stuff, and, you know, we'll just get all those good times and everything, and, like, yeah, and I just, like, really want Holland to, like, adopt Nasi, and just for them to be a little, like, happy family. Like, that would make me so happy. I just want to see Holland just, like, be a dad. Like, I just think it would be so nice. Like, Holland just being like, aw, man, I care about her. Aw, shucks. Like, you know, guess I gotta adopt her now. And just, like, just them being a happy family, you guys. Oh my god, it would be so sweet and healing. And just, like, yeah, like, and just, like, Nasi would be, like, the princess and everything, and, like, you know, she'd just be learning about her magic, and then maybe Kel visits, because Holland doesn't have his power anymore. He can't really, like, demonstrate anything, but maybe, like, Kel visits. He wants to sort of check up on the whole White London situation, you know, and he's like, oh shit, Holland, you're alive, hi, also you have a fucking child, I guess, now, and, like, you know, like, Kel and Nasi will meet, and, like, Kel will help her, like, learn about her magic, and actually be able to, like, you know, teach her shit, and, like, yeah, and maybe just, like, Nasi just, like, going to Red London for the first time, and meeting Rai and Alucard and the whole gang, and just, like, being the new, like, royal messenger and everything, and also the princess, and it would just be really sweet. Like, I just want it, guys. I just want a sweet little family sitcom about Holland and Nasi being a nice family. That's all I want. I'm a simple man. Okay. Anyways, I feel like either that is going to happen, and Nasi is going to be the new White London Ontari, or Nasi is going to be the girl V. Schwab mentioned in her tweet about how there's going to be this girl who can like pull on the threads of magic. And that would be really cool if that shit was Nasi. And the same whole setup happens where, like, you know, Holland's king, he's getting shit done, he's learning how to not be depressed, and also, like, Nasi's out here, and she is not, like, traditionally, like, elementally magical, but she can, like, manipulate magic and, like, maybe, like, who has it and who doesn't, and she can like pull on other people's magic and like give it to others. And you know, I just think that would be really cool for a White London character to have that power. I think I'm good with the White London predictions, maybe. Yeah. Okay. It's Red London hours, bitch. Let's go. It's Red London predictions time. Okay. So, I feel like by the time Threads of Power happens, Kel and Lila are going to be back in town. Like, they had their little privateer stunt. It was pretty fun. But, you know, maybe, like, at the start of book 1 of Threads of Power, like, oh, they're back at the palace. Like, hey, Rye, hey, Alucard, like, what's up? Also, off topic, but I really want there to be a Rye and Alucard wedding scene, and also like an Alucard coronation scene in Threads of Power. I would actually cry. If I got to see Rye and Alucard's wedding, I would bust a fat tear, ladies. Like, oh my god. And just like Alucard being coronated by Rye, and just him being a king with Rye, and just them being the biggest power couple of all time. Yes, okay. But anyways, you know, back to the topic. So Kel and Lila are back in town. They're like, what's up, bitches? What did we miss and everything? I feel like maybe the whole favor that was mentioned in V. Schwab's tweet is going to be like Rye and Alucard being like, hey guys, we need an heir to the throne, you know? Like, yeah, we kind of need an heir and everything. So maybe like Kel and Lila would just be the surrogate parents, and then it would be like Rye and Alucard's kid and everything. And so, like, I just really want all of the Red London shenanigans with the OG gang to just turn into, like, so they have this fucking kid, right, who's, like, now the heir of Arns, and, like, it's just Kel, Lila, Rye, and Alucard collectively trying to raise this child, but they're all fucking disasters at it. I feel like Rye would be a good dad, but the rest of them, like, not that they wouldn't be good parents, because they would be, like, good people, obviously, but, like, they would just be fucking disasters. Like, you would see Kel, like, the kid would, like, scrape its knee or something, and Kel would immediately just start bawling, already just, like, cutting open his wrist, being like, as a sorry, just, like, crying over him, and, like, Lila's just like, bro, like, he scraped his fucking knee, like, you don't gotta, he's fine, Cal, like, he's good. and then, like, on the other hand, you got, like, Lila, who probably, like, just gives this, like, 3-year-old, like, a fucking Glock, and it's just like, alright, like, she would just, like, take this fucking child out, like, stealing, and then Rye and Alucard would be like, Lila, like, this isn't how you bond with kids, like, they're literally the fucking heir of Arns, they don't need to steal shit, like, Lila, like, what are you doing? Like, I feel like Alucard and Rye would be pretty chill parents, like, Rye would just be, like, such a good dad. I just really want to see Rye being a dad. Alucard probably, like, takes this kid onto a fucking ship, and is just like, yeah, like, like, they're just, like, fucking 4, and Alucard's like, alright, here's how to rig a fucking sail. This is less, I'm realizing now this is less of, like, genuine predictions that I think are going to happen, and more just, like, me writing a slice of life fic that happens after A Conjuring of Light. It's fine, ladies, it's fine. But yeah, those are, like, my main predictions. As for the part of the tweet that said an unkillable king, I think this is maybe gonna be in Grey London, because there was a lot of shit going down towards the end of Conjuring of Light in Grey London, and maybe my memory's not serving me right, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but it never really got resolved. So maybe, like, magic is gonna seep into Grey London, and there is going to, you know, be a fucking king, and he's going to figure out how to become immortal, and it's gonna, like, fuck with Grey London, because they're like, what is magic? Those are my threats of power thoughts. If any of this shit comes true, you know who to thank. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is really fun to make. I literally love talking about this series so much. I really want to make a Holland character analysis video, but I feel like if I let myself make that, it would be an hour long, and it would just be me in tears sobbing. So, you know, it'd be like that. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.